Who we getting on stream?
We're getting Rob and Alex. So
Hooray!
you have a very difficult decision right now. Do you care about Alex more than Persona 5?
Oh, I mean, I do love Alex, but I also really love Persona 5. So this is gonna be tough.
Looks like they're setting up. I think that's Alex where Richie was. Yeah, I don't see.
It looks like his hands, so I believe you're correct.
Yeah. Also, only one of these decks has Sildra. And it's 2 Earth, Water, Wind decks.
So it'll be a bit of a mirror.
Yep. I hate that when I update the thing, it deletes chat. I wish they fixed that, but not much I can do with the program. That's just how it's set up. But yeah, so the main differences I'm seeing between Rob and Alex is Rob is running more of the CAD 10 shell with like Riku, Pain.
Yeah, I love that deck. It's got the Cosmos.
Light Titus, yeah, the Fire Eject, and obviously Walls. Where Alex has gone more streamlined with the summons. He's got, you know, the Sophie, Sarah Mobius, Garnet, Une Trick. He's got the Cecil, the Wind Cecil that protects the Fusoyas and the Unes. And for the most part, their summon line is fairly similar. The big difference would be, I'd say, from looking at this, Hecatonchia for the Alex versus a bit more of like Alexander for Rob, but Rob's actually got fairly no, and he's got, yeah, both got the Amis, both got the Mist Dragons. Alex has the Hecatonchias that also do the 8k, so he's running the backup Destruction one and the Board Wipe one.
Nice. They
both share the 6-cost Leviathan EX Burst. They're running very different backup lines because they're trying to do 2 different things with their backup line.
Yeah, naturally. If Rob can open up Cosmos like he did in the other game we saw on stream, he's gonna have a good time.
Yeah, this is a repeat of was it round 5?
I don't think they faced each other. I know Rob. They were on stream at different times. I think Alex is on stream at round 3.
Yeah, unfortunately, long day. All blurs together sometimes.
Yeah. Thank you again to RLS, and if you're not subscribed or following his channel on Twitch, feel free to do so. We wouldn't get to see all this wonderful gaming from Down Under if it weren't for him, so give him your love and support.
Yeah, and, you know, like I said, hoping to get things better and better over time as I both learn how to do all this stuff, and as I get more time, I'll obviously get better equipment and all that as we go. To be honest, this is the camera that had a lot of, not the glitching one, this is the one that had the resolution issues. It's been really good for this one, so I'm kind of confused why it was having trouble last time. Oh, well, there it goes.
Oh man, I've got PTSD right now. The amount of times I've seen this opening Rydia into another Cat 4 character, free cast Sildra from Alex is just...
Sildra? Gotta fix that. I've also
yep, there's another Sildra counter.
I've also put a total and a game one, so at least have...
Excellent. Do you know who won out of Dave and Ethan? They're asking in the chat.
Ethan got that one.
Okay, yep. Ethan got that one.
Yeah.
Alex will get the Moogle and Kryl off of Sildra.
Yeah, last time I saw that match before I came in here to set up, Ethan had basically wiped all of David's backups except one.
Oh my goodness.
And yeah, David was on 6 damage thanks to Sophie, so it wasn't looking good unless he had like a board wipe in mono wind, which can, but yeah, I assume that was a wash, but I didn't want to say anything until it was official.
Yeah.
Right, here's Rob's first turn. He's brothering.
Yeah, he pitches Zidane and something else. He pre-pitched Tyro, so presumably he's just putting down some sort of Earth backup. It's Kamari.
Yeah. But I don't like the fact that Rob's on 4 counters on that Rydia.
Yeah. Alex is, if he's got any other follow-up summons in hand, he's going to have a good time. He's got to have them, though. Sometimes your opponent just can't draw him.
He's got the 2-cost Fire, Water, Moogle, or Water Fire, I should say, the official one first. So he's got that as a good, just set up backups if he feels like he has time.
Yeah.
It looks like he has Cryle as well, the backup one.
He searched out the Cryle and the Moogle off of Sildra, so Cryle obviously can get us back that Sildra to guarantee we've got something to free cast.
Yep, and it looks like that's what's happening.
Mm-hmm. Well, though, it looks like he pitched maybe a Robel, Akbel, and a... Does he run Robel on that list?
Robel in Alex, No, that might be Galoof. I think that's Galoof.
Okay, maybe that was Galoof then.
I'm not sure because I didn't see it, but I think that would be Galoof if it's looking like Robel, like the art's similar.
And we'll fetch out a Sarah as well as another Moogle, which we can happily pitch kind of whatever we want. We could pitch a Moogle and something else for the Sarah. We could pitch the Moogle for the Moogle.
Yeah, I was going to have a feel. Yeah, Moogle for Moogle seemed like the better choice. If he had the Cryle up, I would have gone Sarah to grab the one cost to play it, but without that, I think it's better there.
Bonus burst! Man, Alex said yesterday... Oh, he said something about hitting a third and first point of damage EX burst, so I can only imagine what he's thinking in his head right now.
Well, Rob's running 3 of them, so... Like, Rob's got 3 Thord and 3 Tyros, so the EX burst hit on at least one of them, one each game, should be fairly on par, but yeah. They did both get a chance to look at each other's decks, as all players are doing in this top cut. So they do get a review period, so they both should have a fairly familiar idea what the other person is playing and doing.
Here comes the old Toto. Do we got a free Amaterasu? No, we do not. And we'll put out a Waka. Waka for Waka. All right, brother, you asked for it.
Oh.
Ooh, did we whiff?
The lights.
Oh, he can grab a 10 card, that's right.
Yep. Well, yeah, it has to be on color, doesn't it?
Is it a 10? Well, he can either grab a water card or a 10 forward, or is it just category 10? Might just be category 10.
Well, yeah. Well, he couldn't grab the chaos regardless. Like, we know he can't grab the chaos anyway. Oh, there's the princess, yep.
There's a princess there, yeah. So, he did still get some value out of that Rydia. Got 2 Sildra free casts.
Yeah.
Can't be mad at that before he hit the Toto. And Rob did still have to pay for the Toto by pitching 3 from hand, but Rob also is now nicely set up. So, we got ourselves a little bit of a reset.
Yeah, the only advantage Alex has, even though he's behind now, is the 2 damage ahead, which sometimes isn't important, but if you get to that point where it's at points versus points, at least he's got that ready.
Rob just passes, so he's either got potentially a Mist Dragon to use on his turn, or he just had a bad draw and just didn't really have anything to do. We know he has the Light Tidus in hand.
I'm assuming Princess Sarah's wind, considering the backup line on Alex's side. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing from Rob.
If Rob had a fire card in hand, he might have had the Ami ready. But not having a fire backup is... Oh, no. Oh, wait, Toto. No, he had Toto. So
Speaking of Amaterasu.
Yep. Oh, Miss Dragon?
Oh, or we cast the Leviathan, so the Zidane won't take damage from summons.
Oh, and he got rid of a Miss Dragon from Alex's hand.
Oh my goodness. And we hit a Cecil into damage. Woo! Good counter for Rob.
Yeah.
Alex has his own Mist Dragon now and maybe a backup? Maybe it's a Kate Sith?
I think that's Hecaton. I think one of them is Hecatonkia, the backup destruction one. And Kate Sith. Kate Sith. I said the English way. Did I say it Gaelic again? No, I didn't.
No. Yeah, Kate Sith. Or Kusith.
Yeah. Kate She, I think, is the official. Yeah, Kate She.
Ooh, and we can do the Warrior of Light, right? Wind, water, fire, earth.
Unless Rob can stop it. But no.
Then let our powers combine. And here comes
one of every animal, and then follow up with a Fusoya.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! He top deck Fusoya off of that. Could you have asked for a better? That's ridiculous.
Now, does Rob have the Ami or not? But it's tapped out the Toto, so it doesn't matter unless he's got a fire card. But yeah,
I mean, surely he would have just jammed it out if he had it. So we'll get back Miss Dragon. Potentially cancel the Amaterasu.
Yeah. Zidane to top of deck. Zidane to top of deck to damage with the Warrior of Light. And
yeah, Kimari back to hand.
Swing. I
almost wonder if you put the Buddy. I mean, I guess he could always thin out his deck more, so maybe that isn't worth it. But they're checking the colors.
Well, I think the bounce doesn't really... Oh. Did he not have the colors?
Well, so he would have had to pay. He has 2 forms of Earth. So if he pays water, earth, wind, fire. So yeah, he wouldn't get all 4 effects.
Okay.
He's only going to get 3.
So Zidane lives. Oh, an eject.
But bonus burst, which will be 6,000 damage, if I'm not mistaken. So not enough to do anything.
Kill, yeah.
I love seeing that Jack. I'm so glad Rob's running this. I wonder if he's got the. Does he have the 5-cost like Jack block one, the water one?
No, he does not. But I think the main reason for that Ject is, as we saw with Rob's game in the day 1, it dodges arc.
Yeah, you can fizzle it, which is really nice.
Yeah.
So presumably Kamari coming back down?
Unless he's got something else.
Or is he going for Une?
Yeah, because he's got his backup lineup, to be honest. He's got all 3 colors.
Yeah, but you don't want... I don't think you want to let Alex outvalue you at...
Yeah.
5.
I guess it comes down to how much of a threat does he think Warrior of Light is at this point in the game. Can he take a turn to breathe, or does he have to respond to it now?
Well, Zidane can get in, so we can check the hand again if we want to. No, he gets rid of Kamari.
Yep. He's
okay, Tidus, yeah. Oh, and he chooses Fusoya.
I assume he has a response. He has to at this point.
Yeah.
He goes Une for Yuna.
Yuna, there we go. Okay. Yep, so we've got 4. It's enough to hit Warrior of Light. Yep, and he will go to...
shoot Zidane, I assume.
Top of the deck.
Oh, Miss Dragon and Shantaro.
Well, you can't pull... If you pull these, he's going to draw into that Warrior of Light. So, assuming you wanted to hit Warrior of Light into damage, yeah, you don't grab one of these cards.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, and to be honest, no, the Toto doesn't matter. He's got 5 backups, so it's locked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm tired. I'm sorry, guys.
It's okay. We drew another dead backup in Sarah and Galoof.
Yeah.
Galoof not terrible.
Not
Galoof does demand an answer.
So I guess that wasn't the Galoof he discarded the turn 1, because he only has 1 of.
Kind of surprised. I guess he wants to leave open the Mist Dragon.
Yeah.
I was like kind of surprised he paid for it that way, but...
Well, I'm assuming he might Mist Dragon in response to the Zidane and just not care what he draws.
Yeah, although you still could... I think you still tap 4 there, because you can still Mist Dragon. It's going to be the exact same cost, because you're still pitching a card from hand. But this way, in case you don't need to Mist Dragon, you didn't do it.
Yeah, because if he's going to lose it one way or another, he might as well... Oh, no, just reveal.
He does? Okay, I was almost going to say, maybe you just let him keep the Mist Dragon. I don't know if you're too scared of that.
I think he...
Bonus burst! And there's Mr. Tyro.
Still good.
We need an EX burst counter, too. That'd be 3 for this matchup.
I'll start setting that stuff up for the next event. Like, I assume the Sildra one and the Yuffie one might be put to rest after this. It was fun. Or I could just...
and you never know. I mean, Mono Water will continue to be popular, as will Sildra. Yeah, well, and right. Yeah. So if he hadn't taken that Mist Dragon, he doesn't hit that Tyro into damage. So it kind of bit him back there.
Yeah, I still felt you take something. Like, I personally would have taken the Mist Dragon, but that's me, and I'm also a bad player.
I guess it just depends how much recursion he has. It does, of course, stop his future Amaterasu, so I understand why he did it, but of course the Tyro just makes it seem very punishing. But still, Rob in a good spot. They're both on 3 damage. He's got 3 forwards. Galoof will start picking these forwards off the board.
Yeah, and Alex is 2 backups up, so Alex is not out either. Like, it's still fairly even, I think, even with the board state.
He does have an Amaterasu in hand, so he can cancel the Galoof's auto ability to blast something. Alex can, in response, exile a bunch of cards to keep him alive, but... Oh, there's a freebie.
Also, I think the Mist Dragon would have been a good play with that Tidus there.
Yeah, there is always... You don't see that action ability too often, but there is always the chance of it.
I've actually seen it a few times when I've played with it, and I've seen it a few times today. Because games go for such grindy because everyone's thinking and being more careful, and especially with mono water being prevalent.
He targets Tidus, and Rob didn't bother to Amaterasu it. Huh. Yeah. I'm kind of surprised he didn't pick Zidane.
Oh,
or maybe he doesn't care about him looking at his hand.
And a Lulu.
Right, Alex punching back hard.
Yeah, like I said, the 5 backup setup Alex was not sweating having.
Yeah. Oh, it's
3.
huge.
Yeah.
It's such a big advantage.
Unfortunately, just looking like Alex has some dead cards in hand. Like, the Ami's there, so at least passing isn't the worst.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's got more cards in hand than Rob as well, on top of all that, so... Yeah, he was gonna stabilize this turn regardless.
Now, I know the Amaterasu wouldn't have killed the Galoof, so I hope Rob has another way to deal with it, though, because I guess my fear is that, well, you're going to have to deal with it at some point, right? Like, yeah. You can't win if this card keeps poking in at you.
Yeah, in RVA, you're correct. Like, hindsight is hindsight. You can't predict the X bursts. They happen, they happen.
Fusoya, yeah, if we do have, if we go for Fusoya, Amaterasu is going to feel great here.
Levi,
nope, go for Sildra. You know what that means. Take the counter.
Ding.
Sophie, ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, this is a Sophie board too.
Yeah, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Sophie proven, man. That, like if Sophie hadn't been limited, she would be running amok just all the same. And yeah, he could warp this Garnet too if he really wanted to. He could just Amada it, of course, or I mean, can't hard cast it, but.
Well, yeah, and if he drops the Garnet as well, the Garnet's just huge right now.
He will. Looks, is that Sophie? There she is. Our Lady of the Soph. Oh, and it hits another Amaterasu into damage. Ugh. Rob might have liked to have seen that. Yeah, I mean, he's on 6. This Sophie's got to die. Or this board's got to die. Something.
Yeah. Looks like that for Sawyer off Alex pulled him out of it from what like bouncing the back up, getting rid of the forward.
Yeah. Well, and that Tyro burst too was quite nice.
Yeah.
Does Rob, so he's got the Shantoto, you have his list. Does he have any other board clears? Anything else he can take out a bunch of forwards with?
From what I can see, not really. Not entire board.
So he's going to have to do this the hard way. Pick them out one at a time.
Yeah, but we know Alex has the Ami, so
I know.
Save him.
He does have Leviathan in hand, so he can bounce. I mean, bouncing, unfortunately. Bouncing Galoof is okay. Bouncing Galoof really isn't bad.
Yeah, bouncing. Yeah, the problem is bouncing doesn't help because Alex just replays it past turn damage.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You have to kill Sophie.
Yeah, you need to get rid of colors. Yeah, you need to kill the Warrior Light. You can't bounce Warrior of Light. You can't bounce Galoof. Bouncing Sophie is just as useless because it's only a 2 cost.
Yeah.
Even though I think Rob has an Ami in hand, but yeah, and you can't. And obviously you can't Ami the Sophie effect because it's an end of turn. You do not get priority to.
Yeah. I don't know if he's got enough cards for the Tidus effect, but I think Alex might still have a Mist Dragon in hand anyway, so he could counter that.
And the sad thing is, even with the Une play, bouncing 2 things doesn't matter.
Exactly, like you said, yeah, you have to get... Sophie has to go to the break zone, because... Otherwise, yeah, Alex is like, okay, replay, go to end phase, win game. Yeah, Rob knows he's not in an easy spot. He's got Lulu. I mean, he's got some options. I just... The question is, are any of them enough? Do any of them get rid of this board?
Well, I think that's what Rob is trying to work out right now. See, if I was going to lose in this position, I'd just play a couple of backups and go pass and confuse Alex.
Right? Make him think. Make Alex spend 5 minutes sweating. Well, he's got to have something. There's no way he's...
So it's grabbing Levy, the Ami one.
Ooh, goes to the
Alex's
Amaterasu.
Ami effect to deny it.
Says, I don't think so.
Yep. And the sad thing is, Alex is ready to drop his Garnet and just go, cool, even if you kill something, Sophie's ready.
Yeah.
Because that's the other thing.
I mean,
if he gets rid of stuff, that Garnet puts her back up.
We can cast the Leviathan, but like that just doesn't really do much, so... Rob's got something else hidden in that bag of tricks. I think this one's going to game 2 in Alex's favor.
Yeah. As much as I'm... Like, I have difficulty here because they're both really good friends of mine. So it's really hard for me to... But yeah, Rob's, I think, dead in the water at this point.
I think Alex would stab me if I rooted against him. But I like Rob too. So he does go for the Leviathan. I mean, you have to just bounce it just because, yeah, I get back to Une. Unfortunately, he's not going to have enough left to cast it. Maybe he tries to go for Tidus
if he's got enough. put Warrior of Light on bottom of deck.
If he has the Tidus, I wonder if actually you use Tidus on Sophie. If he has it, he might not have it. Or no, yeah, that's right. You can get rid of Sophie this way. There you go. Nicely done. I could totally forgot that. Yeah, the bounce into the Zidane grab.
Yeah, the brick I was having is like he wouldn't attack into. Oh no, just
yeah, that's it. Yeah,
kill.
The downside then being you don't have an extra defender.
Yeah.
All right, game 1 in favor of Alex W. Can Rob bring it back in game 2?
And if
won't see any Yuffie counters this game. We know that much.
Well, I had someone on field say there's like 3 Yuffie decks in top 8, so I'm like, oh, I already made the Sildra one, so I really just have to copy and paste the system and then add a different picture. So I'm like, I'll make it for fun, fill out the screen.
I mean, you might see him in the finals.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know what Richie's opponent is playing, but
2 out of the 3, because it was Chris, David, and Richie, and Chris and David are out.
So Richie's got to carry the torch.
Yep. And Richie's running both cards, I believe. He runs both Sildra and... I wasn't here for the first commentating. Did he run...
he doesn't run Sildra. Yeah, he doesn't run Sildra. I don't think he has any pure water in there. But he's got the Yuffie.
Yeah. Yeah, Rob's lamenting his... But if memory serves, I think most of Top Cut right now is playing for the Day 2 invite more than anything else.
Yeah, I'm sure.
First round run to Alex.
I say because I'm pretty sure everyone's already got their invites at this point. I think Alex even had his just by making top 8.
Actually, you know what I should try and set up? I just don't know what I'll use. Some kind of symbol I can put next to the names to show who won a round.
Yeah, show the round markers.
What would be a good symbol, guys, to have? An EX burst, maybe?
That'd be appropriate. Or a crystal. Crystal would be appropriate.
You know what? I want to see if I can actually get that set up. I will have to move it each time, because the big issue with that is the names are different lengths. But yeah, let's see if I can find that. 9th after Swiss got the invite. Yeah. Everyone in Top Cut has an invite. Everyone in top 8 has an invite. They're playing for the 2-day one.
Depending on the size of the crystal RLS, you could also put it right where the mats meet in the middle and put it like at the very top or the very bottom of the screen. That'd be pretty out of the way. Or you could put it in the respective player's corner too. So you got some options.
Yeah, I was going to pop it up and see what I can do. Because all I really need is one spot for it, because obviously we're not going to show the 2 because that's winner. It's also finding good PNG as well.
All right, those decks looked thoroughly shuffled, so we are going to get ready to go to game 2. Alex W up 1 on Rob. Presumably, Rob will be taking the play, as they say in Magic, where you go first. Before I played Magic, it really confused me when everyone said they're like, I'll play, I'll draw. I was like, what? What are you talking about? First or second?
Oh, I still do that.
Oh, okay.
No, I still mulligan, draw the second hand and go keep, and they're like, you have to. And I'm like, oh, crap, right.
Yeah, right? Like, oh, yeah. I'm kind of forced to it.
Because almost every game I play, I've never done, I've never had, it's always been multiple mulligan games.
Yeah. Looks like Alex has a good hand. So Rob did have to go Thoradin turn 1, which, while isn't great, there are worse backups you could have to slam down turn 1 at least this way he can get whatever he wants. And yeah, you just get that Cosmos, which he already pitched the Garnet for, so.
Oh, that's a terrible image. It told me it was a PNG. I was lied to.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, there are way worse openings you can have than that. Pitching 3 for Thoradin doesn't feel great, but when it gets you Cosmos, I think you can live with that.
Yeah. It's good setup.
And now the real question of this match. Will Alex put his backups out first, or will he stop and cut Rob's deck? He doesn't seem to want to put his cards down, so it looks like he's like, nope, I'll get to your deck when I get to it. Oh, he's going to do the old in-between. He's going to do it mid-play. He'll summon the crystal first, then cut the deck, and then put down the Sarah. That's really funny. He pitched a Geomancer back up, so obviously we know we can get the Sarah off of this, but maybe not too worried about the ramp, or maybe just values having another Earth backup down. Did you say, so does Rob have any kind of backup hate? I know the Une, but like, does he have the Hecaton, or was he not running that?
No, that was Alex. Alex has got both the Hecatonkias. From what I can see, no, Rob doesn't actually have much hate.
Just the Une bounce, then?
I can't. Is the 3-cost Leviathan got anything on it for the backups? I don't think so, from memory.
I don't believe so. I think only Lord of the Whirl can target it as far as like Leviathan names. There we go. There's our buddy. It's our favorite buddy. I have a soft spot for 10-2 in my heart, I won't lie. I can't see what he got, but maybe Waka or Kamari, maybe more likely.
Alright, I swear, if this one isn't a PNG after I asked for a PNG, I'm going to be rage.
Alex obviously has the Princess Sarah, but he'll need something else if he doesn't have to discard. He has another Sildra too. Oh, did we take up the Sildra counter when Alex did it? Or no, he didn't do the Sildra counter. Sorry, he didn't.
I was going to say I thought he didn't, but I was ready to be wrong. All right,
he might be getting ready to.
Looks like we do have a PNG one.
Hey, look at that. There you go. Scale it down a little bit.
That look good?
Yeah, I like that. There's the Sildra.
Yeah. Ignore the second one I'm making. I'm just going to clone this and put a top one and then make it invisible.
And if you'd be so kind as to take up our Sildra counter when you get a chance.
Oh, we got a Sildra, did we?
Did.
Yeah.
We'll go fetch out a Sarah we don't need, as well as, is that the Moogle? I believe that's going to be the Moogle. Great googly moogly.
God, when we go into double digits with a Sildra, I didn't plan for this. I didn't plan for this.
There's been 10 Sildra cast on stream in the Top Cut, and who knows about the matches that weren't featured.
Oh, yeah, apparently there was like 12 in one of them. So
holy moly.
See. Yep, I think that's
it. There's Sarah, and then other Sarah for Moogle. There we go. If we got a Warrior Light in hand, we're ready to rip, rock, and roll with it.
Alright, there we go. We got the crystals ready for...
We do have Amaterasu in hand.
Tell me, Chet, how did that look?
I think it looks great. Someone else said it looked perfect. Maybe those are just us, but...
Yeah. Well, like I said, I'm really liking this layout that I've built over time. I like the fact that I can change the background based on what the main art for the event is.
Yeah, no, it looks good, man. And that's very smooth doing it on the fly. So Rob will get his backups going on. He's got, oh yeah, he goes to fetch out Zidane and immediately does it, removes the Amaterasu, and is presumably going to take a look at this new card. Alex hoping it's something dead that he won't. It's Warrior of Light. Zidane, man, what a card. And Asura into damage. Oof. Zidane putting in work.
Thank you, guys. I do appreciate it. Like, I've made this myself over time, as I said. Like, as we've needed stuff, as things have happened, I've just been putting this together as we go. It doesn't look like pure professional, but it's easy for me to manipulate, which is what I'm needing. Yeah, I don't know why. Last night, it dropped heavily for us. It's down to like $12 here for some reason. It just tanked last night overnight, and I don't know why. It's still a prominent card. Oh, okay.
Rob showing he's got a Warrior Light of his own in hand.
Yeah. Well, good thing with Rob, as you know, someone who commentates with us, he sort of knows how to interact with the audience with the camera.
So if Alex knew that, he might hold off on this Toto. He could snap down the... Well, I mean, yeah, but Rob can rip it out of his hand with Zidane, so maybe that's not going to work.
I was going to say, unless there's a response to the Zidane to protect the Toto, keeping it in hand. And it's also dependent how much Alex wants to go to 5 backups as well.
He's got Toto, he's got Tyro, and he's got Garnet. So all cards in his hand are viable. It just really matters what kind of line he wants to go down.
Yeah, and emptying... Oh, nope, he's gone for... I
Yep.
was going to say then maybe not, because he would have to empty his hand... Yeah. So what's the point of protecting a hand you don't have, but I guess he just wants to
Yeah.
stop the shenanigans from continuing. Yeah, and
And
Rob's
speaking
going to
of
punish
Toto,
him.
Rob drew
Yep.
his.
Nope. Yeah, Rob's punishing him by saying, well, you should have waited a turn.
Yep. Here comes.
Oh,
Hits Rydia. That's a good hit.
Yeah.
Alex does love that card, and he's in top deck mode now. He's like, please, nothing but not backups. I think he drew backups. At least one of them.
And unfortunately, I think that's how I wasn't paying close attention because I was just keeping eye on all the tables. But I think Chris had a situation where he had 5 backups out and like 5 backups in hand.
Oh, he was drawing backups like a beast today. Yeah. I think that happened to him both the first and the third game.
Yeah. So unfortunately, we're seeing a bit of that for a lot of people. But yeah, when we yo-yo to a more controlled decks, they tend to up to like the 17 to 18 backup count, especially the multicolor ones.
Alex with the old nap, the old no action pass turn.
Well, those
either doesn't have anything to play or just doesn't like whatever his options are.
That could be Amy Miss Dragon. I'm trying to get a
and
look.
Rob says, "Yeah,
nope,
go ahead."
Sildra.
It's Sildra. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yep, yeah. He
says, "I will go get my Warrior of Light."
Seeing a pass do nothing in this game, like in the matchups we've seen, just does not matter. They could easily have gas.
Une really good against this is if Rob doesn't get down another backup, we can hold down this Warrior of Light. I kind of want to see the two Warrior of Lights like clash into each other though. It'll be like Clash in the Coliseum from Yu-Gi-Oh, where Slifer the Sky Dragon and Obelisk are just like creates this massive explosion and.
Well, Alex wins that. Alex would win that because he has the Princess Sarah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, so he's got the buff.
Yeah, and it even if he taps Princess Sarah for Warrior of Light, it untaps it. No, I mean, he doesn't want him to have the extra card up, but I think he should have waited for Alex to tap first.
Yeah.
No, Alex is tapping what he would not. Yeah. Alex is being the good guy and going, I would have tapped the Princess Sarah.
Ooh, this is bad though, because now his Warrior of Light is exposed to his opponent's Warrior of Light.
Yeah.
He can still Une to mess that up. He could still Hecaton. He's got that in hand. Also break a backup.
Yeah, I've seen a lot today. I honestly don't know why. I've seen a lot of people tap the Princess Sarah, where I would tap the Shantotto in response to the wall, tap the Princess Sarah, and I would take the bet.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to find out why most players aren't doing that. It's something I'm probably missing in terms of the interaction with certain decks.
I think too it rarely gets canceled with the Amaterasu, so maybe it's just an autopilot thing.
Yeah.
Hecaton Fire. Yep, we will break a backup, which will make replaying wool. Doesn't opt to slap out the Une. Says, nope, I'll just be patient. Rob hoping he has a Zidane to rip that Une out. But that was a really nice play with the Amaterasu, holding on. He does have a Tidus in hand, but kind of useless
At this point,
Alex doesn't have any forwards.
Oh, he's gone for another.
Oh, there we go.
Yep.
He's like, no big deal. And let me guess, it's going to be another Zidane. Yeah, I don't know if I like the Tyro there.
Yeah.
I think you kill the buddy. Like, who cares if he searches out more backups? You don't let him do that. Don't let him replay a Tyro.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, wouldn't he open himself up to replaying Tyro? But then, yeah. I know he gets rid of the color.
He drew a Tyro burst there. So Zidane at the moment preventing a burst. Yep. And... clean sweep on the burst and another Toto, which
no, Toto's good.
Dead.
Toto's good. Alex wants Toto in. Toto went to where Alex wanted it to go.
Rob in full control right now.
Ooh.
Pitching. Pitching Tyro for Kusith.
Kusith, sorry. Grabbing back Warrior. Yep.
Playing Warrior of Light. I don't think we've got an Amaterasu for this one. Yep, so we'll just draw reactivate. Oh man, Une would have been so good here.
Yeah, I think Alex would be kicking himself about the Tyro play because he just recharged Rob. And colors don't matter. You're right. He should have hit the brother because colors don't matter because they're all one for each color anyway. Yeah. And he's got the Chaos out, so...
Yeah, the Cosmos.
Cosmos, sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Good
Yeah,
old days.
100% you get that brother. Like, the most he can do is go search out another backup, which, well, that's not terrible for Rob. It's not
Oh,
nearly
we
as
got
impactful.
the.
Oh, there we go. And this should be, right? Because Sarah is wind, water, fire, earth, and Toto's whatever you want. So this should
Yeah.
be all 5 colors.
Targeting Kusith.
He's going to send back Cosmos. Good choice.
Put Zidane on top.
Really? Does he have a way to get rid of... Oh, no, he just knew he wasn't going to block it.
Well,
I was like, part of me wondered if you put Wool on top, and then, of course, the worry is that if you can't kill Zidane, he's going to sneak in and kill you in 2 turns.
Yeah. Like, Zidane was the right choice, but I really expected Rob to block there and go trade, keep my Zidane.
Yeah. Rudrose, give us your best Yugi boy. Oh, like Maximilian Pegasus does. Yugi boy. Oh, I just love cartoons. Oh, Kaiba, what are you going to do now?
The only one I know is one of the characters talks like this. I'm going to take my 13-year-old body and go home.
Yeah, right. So we're pitching Hecaton, casting Kusith, getting Galuf. Yeah, good play here. However, Rob still has that Shantoto. So
Yeah.
man, Alex has to be careful about committing to this board. And I think he ditched his whole hand for it, didn't he? So if Rob still has that Toto, this is just asking for a huge punish.
And that's what I think Rob is calculating. I can't see his full hand, so I don't know if he has it or not. I actually don't think he has it.
Did he pitch it earlier? Because I know he had it at one point.
He did. I can't see it. But, yep, there it is.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. He's wishing he had that right now.
Unless he got Kusith.
And the funny thing is, too, like, Galuf can block this Warrior of Light. Like, he can, of course, dull it to ping on the stack, but Galuf can just pump himself to oblivion if he has to.
Rob is not running Kushi.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah.
Does he have any?
Found it. No, it's just hard. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's got Kusith, Leviathan, Mistdragon, Ami, Alexander. So 6 cost Leviathan and 3 cost Leviathan. Those are his summon list. So yeah, he's got 3 of them. So maybe he can recur the Ami if he's got it in hand, or he hopes for the EX burst to recur it and then go bang.
Yeah, that's true. He's only taken 1 point of damage, so even though this board is very threatening, he can kind of just... He doesn't have to, like, super respond, get rid of it right now, although it will get very scary quickly.
Yeah. And Galuf, unfortunately... oh, well, there's Titus.
Yep, that's a good one.
Yeah, and the thing I was going to say...
Galuf.
And I think I was going to say, Galuf can kill Warrior of Light.
Yeah, so you have to get rid of that one.
Yeah. I was about to say, he needs to get rid of the Galuf more than anything else. Une!
Oh, and he plays it. I thought for sure he would replay his Cosmos.
Well, if he gets back a summon, he could still do it. If he gets a useless one back, discards it for the Cosmos. Oh, no, Une's the bounce one. You don't get back to Yeah, sorry. But I think...
Well, and do you...
Yeah, go on.
I don't know. I was going to say, do you want him replaying Warrior of Light or Fusoya? I don't know.
Does Une have the up to or may trigger?
Yes, he doesn't have to. He could just hit a backup, but...
Yeah. Like, he might just be setting up to recur his summons.
Because that's very possible.
Here's the play, right? He has the Une, gets Kusith back to get Toto back if needed.
Yeah, that's a good point. Although, man, that was a big swing, and Alex does have to be careful because he's on 5 damage, so...
Yeah.
He cannot take a bunch of hits. Alex, if I keep pointing at Shintoto's like, yeah, go ahead, bounce this one back for me.
Well, that's why I assume Rob played the forward setup here instead of going for the Cosmos. I think he's just wanting to keep the pressure up. And just go, you're on 5 damage, I am now 1 forward ahead. Yes, you have better stuff and have a better setup. Oh, no, he is bouncing it. I guess let's get the swing through. I
can lock him out.
I think he's going for the swing. He pushes in with the Warrior of Light now. Gets Alex to 6. Alex plays the Warrior of Light, but Alex is now on perfect mode.
Yeah.
So that might be... Yeah, Rob's going for the aggro setup here because he thinks he can pressure Alex out, I think.
Yeah. Which, if he does that, I think if I'm Alex, I 100% block with Fusoya.
Yeah, and he actually... No, he bounced Princess Sarah, so he can't even play... Oh, no, he can still play the wall, can't he?
Yeah, because Shintoto's every color.
Yeah, fire, water, earth, rainbow. Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm Alex, you snap block with this Fusoya. It's already done its job. If anything, you hope you can replay another one. Like,
Yeah, Fusoya's better. Fusoya's strongest when not on the field.
Fusoya will take that hit from the Warrior of Light. So we'll obviously get a wool, but beyond that, we're gonna need some removal or some way to tamper these. Because yeah, if that Une
Yeah.
starts getting back summons, we're gonna be in trouble.
Yeah, so I think that's why Rob went this route instead of setting the chaos back up. He's just I put pressure on Alex. Alex is had to block or go to 6 damage, and then he's on perfect run. He's just laying it on thick to try and deal with it.
Warrior of Light draw, and he knows Rob has the Cosmos in hand, so Rob's not casting anything.
Yeah. So that'll probably go through smooth plays here at least. But Alex does need to think. This isn't a, you know,
Yeah.
Alex has a free turn right now, and he has to do the right plays to recover. If he does something wrong here on the free turn he could possibly hurt himself or put himself further behind. I think I see a Sildra in hand.
Yeah, that's not bad. Could get Sophie. You could get the Galuf again.
Yeah.
Galuf's a hair slow as he's just defensive, but
at least it's some defense versus no defense.
Yeah.
Like 2 big blockers to stop someone who's trying to aggro you.
yeah.
And the fact that Une is 9k is very significant. I personally feel Une should have been 8.
Well, she certainly would have been easier to deal with if she was 8.
Yeah,
She'd actually die to a
I
Amat.
feel Une should have been amiable, personally. Chat, if you have any arguments why I'm wrong, I'm open to hear it. I'd like to hear the other side, but I think Une should have been at least amiable.
He would also be susceptible to, what's it called? Hecaton Kyre if she was an 8K.
Yeah. Which I don't think is a bad
Yeah.
thing. Because, you know, you're dying to a key card within your own color structure.
I appreciate that the card's strong, but yeah, given its ability to kind of infinitely recur summons, I'm okay if like that card, you know, you should be able to deal with it in a way, because I don't like the way that it just makes the game like an auto loss kind of once it gets to that point.
That is true, Thor, but yeah, I still think it should have been 8, because the other thing is you can only AMI the ETB effect. The rest of its effects aren't amiable. So you only do have that one shot to AMI it, so it's not like it's going to be perfectly AMI'd every time. And if you're smart enough to play around your opponent's AMIs, you get it out at that moment. So it wouldn't have made it like a completely junk card. It still would be worth it. You just have to be a bit more careful with it, where now you can just jam it out safely and not care.
I love that you say amiable, which makes me think of the word amiable, which is friendly, which is really funny.
Well, I know you guys call it Amat. We call it Ami.
Oh, he had Sophie in hand.
Oh.
Okay, so he pitches
Oh, we
Sophie
got
and
another
something else.
Sildra.
Goes to get his own. Une, a counter Une here is huge. What do you target, though? Do you target his Une, or do you... I don't think you target his, because then he just replays it. But if you target his Warrior of Light, he can't replay that card.
Yeah, he'll need a turn to play the Cosmos again, and...
It does let,
Just
of course,
play
Une
Emperor.
get the... yeah.
What about Sid Randell? Play Sid Randell. None of this stuff happens.
Right?
Not joking aside, I have one Sid Randell in my deck that I would have run if I was playing today.
He's a cool card. Heh, no pun intended. The Une Wars
ice cold,
begin.
you'd say. Yep. He's just deciding what's worth getting rid of.
Yeah.
Hecaton and... Oh, Sildra!
I mean, at this point, I don't know, maybe he's... Oh, did we get the Sildra counter for that?
Yeah, I did it. We're 5-9
Yeah, we did.
now.
Okay.
Yeah, and the other thing is it's a very good counter for Sorry 8.
There we go. Pick the buddy that time. Good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, so Rob's now, you know, lost 2 backups, facing down a larger wall.
He can't do the Warrior of Light, but he can do the Une, so we can
Yeah.
get back Akusa, and like you said, maybe go for that Toto. Damage is another buddy, a buddy for a buddy.
Yeah. Just Buddy took a beating this turn.
And Alex, that did cost him his whole hand, so Rob's got free reign to do whatever he wants this turn.
Yeah, exactly. It's hard to protect, and that's, I think, what makes it a bit more balanced. But I think with the power scaling, we need something like that with maybe 1 or 2k up higher, just to match the higher play scale of the power number now.
I've always said if this game had a sideboard, Sid Randall would be like the perfect sideboard card because some matchups he's not very good in, so you just don't use him there. And then like when it's a matchup he matters, you can just bring him in, which would be
Yeah,
sweet.
but that's the good thing about just running it. You just discard it for resource. Like nothing, like most things in this game are not dead resources, which is what makes this one of the most efficient resources game I've ever seen. Like I do like what Digimon tried to do, where whatever both players spend, they get back equally to they give. So if you spend 3 resource in Digimon, you give your opponent 3 resource. So they're trying to play the game where resource is unlimited, but whatever you do, your opponent gets that same amount back.
Mm. I don't know what Rob fully has in his hand here, but if he has the option to Une, Kusith, Shantoto, I think you do it. Alex is going to be in top deck mode. Like if he draws dead backups, he could have a really low turn. And I don't think you want to give Alex the chance to start recurring his summons.
Yeah. The other thing I'm thinking is if he wants, because the problem with Shantoto right now means Titus is in exile, not in bin.
Right.
That's the only hesitation I could think of.
You could also, again, you're only on 2 damage. So you could just do Cosmos and just kind of accept that you're going to take a little damage. And you both have Unes that are going to start recurring you summons, so...
Yeah, and also if he's got more or less dead cards in hand, he could probably drop the Brother as well.
Yeah.
And go for the Warrior of Light next turn. Because Brother searches you a card as well, doesn't it?
Yes, it searches you a 10 backup. Yeah.
So Brother is a 2-cost backup right now.
Oh, you're right. He can't. No, wait. Why can't he play Cosmos? Cosmos has text that says you can play it if there's another light card.
No, Cosmos has the exception on it. It says on it if you have a light forward out, you can still play Cosmos. Correct? That's what I remember.
You might be thinking of Materia.
Yeah, Materia doesn't do it. Materia
has a restriction.
I'm actually doubting myself now.
I'm pretty sure. I'm positive Cosmos has the.
I'm positive because Cosmos and Chaos break that rule on text.
Yeah.
Like that's why
he does go for the buddy.
Yeah, that's why in the rule book it actually says unless these rules are counted by cards on card writing on the card. Even if you control, Cosmos can be played onto the field even if you control other light card characters. Yeah. Okay. Oh no worries. Don't worry. Like it's fine. Like, I just wanted to make sure we had the right data ourselves.
The 4-cost Materia can. The 1-cost Legend forward Materia cannot.
Yeah. No, I thought Materia can as well. Materia has the ruling? Huh. I thought
well, is the backup one, but not the forward one.
Oh, yeah.
There's 2 versions.
Yeah, I think the only difference...
There's only one Cosmos, baby.
Yeah, I think the only difference between Materia and Cosmos besides the cost is Materia isn't Rainbow.
Right, and I think she searches out a light forward. I think.
Yeah, you can play 2 or more light characters. It has that, and when it enters, it searches for 1 forward, but it only taps for light.
I think. Oh, did he draw Une or did he draw Mist Dragon? I'll say if Alex drew a Mist Dragon, that's huge against our opponent's Une.
Yeah. Oh no, that's the difference, RVA. That's why one is seeing play, one isn't. Sorry, go on.
Oh, I was going to say, I really like that Rob took the time to curve out to 4 backups there, saying, hey, I'm going to get my Warrior Light back as well. Yeah, even if it means you get some summons.
Well, that's what we assumed. Yeah, because like I said, Cosmos is a 2-cost backup, so is Brother, so why would he not just set up, take a bit of damage? Une's versing Une. I tried to see what Alex had in hand.
I know. If Alex has a Hecaton and Break Zone, which he might, I mean, you 100%. Une, go get that back, and you just keep him locked out of the Warrior Light, correct?
Yeah. But then you're, it's a Barsh and I think Barsh and Sildra.
Is it? It looks like another Une. I can't quite tell.
Une? I can't. Yeah.
Someone go smack him on the shoulder, be like, "Hey, hold your cards up to the camera. We're trying to see these."
Yeah, Chaos and Spiritus are the opposites for Materia, for Chaos and Materia, Cosmos and Materia.
Here comes the Une, presumably, summon recursion, not an attack.
Oh, no, he's going for the Hecaton.
Goes for the Hecaton. That's what I figured. No, I think you just hit the buddy again.
But here's the thing: it's a good play to lock out the wall, the Warrior of Light. but it also means you're locked into that is your only option to recur until at least Rob bricks out.
Yeah.
So it means that Rob has the advantage on the Une, unless, as you said, there's a Mist Dragon in there. Ceremobius.
Oh, it's Ceremobius. Oh, well, he
fight.
won't have it for much longer.
Unless...
So Rob's like, does he have any kind of protection?
He grabs Ami, doesn't he? He grabs Ami, yeah.
Ooh, but he's got a pitch wall from here, which I guess he can't use it
doesn't
anyway.
matter anymore. He doesn't care, yeah. He just Ami's it. He's like, you're putting me
I
in
mean,
no
it kept him alive. He had to do it, but now he's... Ugh. I mean, like, it's one of those plays that, like, I hate that he had to lose his whole hand for it, but he absolutely had to do it. He had to keep his Une alive. Did I lose you, RLS?
No. Just, Kash just joined us, so we just...
Hello.
Yep, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this, God, the Warrior of Light, the first strike is just... He can't swing into this thing.
Problem is for Alex, though, if Rob has more than 20 cards in bin and Alex can't stop it, he blocks with Titus, plays Titus, gets rid of Warrior of Light.
Yeah.
So we're grabbing back.
Go for Amaterasu, okay. Are we just pre-prepping it? Yeah, we're just prepping it, saying, all right, I just want you to know I have this.
Well, he knows that Alex can't Mist Dragon at that point, so he's doing it preemptively to protect it.
Yeah.
We're giving Alex the turn to untap backups, draw the Mist Dragon, then Mist Dragon response. He had to do it in main phase.
I think Alex has the Mist Dragon. I think he just drew it.
Yeah, so, yeah, perfect play by Rob then.
It is a bit of a weird board state, but Alex has more backups and the Warrior of Light on the field, so he's going to slowly push Rob towards that breaking point.
Yeah, now that he has the Mist Dragon, he can deal with the Titus. Yeah,
he has the Une, so he could legit Mist Dragon right now, and then he just gets it back with Une when he wants it again.
Yeah. And he locks out the Titus play and puts Rob really far behind.
If I'm Alex, the only thing I'm worried about at this point is deck out. Just make sure you don't deck out before your opponent. If I'm Rob, I don't know how Rob gets out of this. Maybe he needs to go for that Toto if it's an available option.
Yeah, but that Toto's going to be gone soon with the Mist Dragon anyway. Ooh,
there's a Leviathan.
Yeah, if any of these are Kusith, that's the worry. He's not gonna. I thought Alex was gonna. Oh, he is. Oh no, he's going for the. I thought it was
get a Hecaton again. I mean, you just keep breaking his backups.
No, he's going for Kusith, I think. Yep, he put it to the top.
Because now I don't think you're afraid of Tyro. Another Tyro here.
Yeah, he's playing it straight out to grab Sawyer.
Rosa would also be huge here. Rosa or Sophie. Sophie the clock saying, all right, you got one turn left, sir.
And again, Sophie dodging Amis.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Ooh, a bonus burst. Can he help us?
Oh.
My goodness.
Can you grab the Toto? Can you? Yeah, you can. Earth.
I think so. I think it's Earth. What is it? Earth, water, wind, fire,
Earth, water, wind.
maybe?
Earth, water, fire. I don't think it does its own color, does it?
It does.
Okay, so Earth, water.
All four.
It's either 3 or 4.
It's all 4, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I mean, you snap Toto. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Hey, why go through this complicated Kusith Une play to get Shantoto when, you could just get it for free?
And the problem is, unless Alex has Ami in hand, he just tapped his Une, so he can't even grab Ami back.
Which means Sophie is going to have a short-lived adventure here.
Yeah, and I'm assuming Rob's going to tap Une, get a summon back. Alex will respond probably with Mist Dragon, and Rob's just going to go, okay, I now Toto.
No, wait, I was wrong. It's 1 fire, earth, or water.
Yeah, I thought it doesn't count itself. Okay.
Fire, earth, okay, yeah, so it doesn't count the wind.
Because, yeah, the issue with it is it hits everything else but itself. That's what I remember, but my memory's terrible, as you guys know. Right, so
well, jerky, some people like it, some people don't.
Oh, Alex, what are you... Okay, there we go, all right.
Yeah, he wants to keep the Titus alive.
No, he killed it. No, Sophie still kills it.
Well, sorry, I mean keep it alive in the break zone. He doesn't want it to get removed by Shantoto.
So he double swung instead of getting...
Ooh, and Alex keeps his own Sophie alive.
Yeah, I don't know why Rob did that. I would have swung with the Titus, put it into bin, or he takes the damage, then Toto.
He still could have done it though, because what he could have done is he took 8,000 from
Oh,
Titus,
let me go
and then you
correct
can
that
shoot it with
mistake.
your own Warrior of Light.
Give me a second, guys.
You can shoot it with your own Warrior of Light at that point, forcing it into the break zone. Rob did finally get to that Toto play.
What just happened? What is Khalil correcting?
That I'm not sure. I didn't notice anything weird on my end.
Neither.
Yes, I'm not sure.
Yep, not a big deal, but easy to fix.
What was it?
Toto is exiled.
Oh, did he?
And
Exile?
He put him in bin. He put him in bin instead of exile. Not a big deal, but it can matter
Oh, definitely.
later in the game, especially with the Water Earth.
You said Toto was exiled. What do you mean Toto was
Toto
exiled?
exiles
Did you
the
mean
cards
another
it
card?
kills. They go to a banished
Oh,
zone.
you're saying Alex put some of his in the break zone?
Yeah, he put the
Yeah.
Une and the Warrior of Light into
Oh,
damage.
okay. Gotcha. Good catch then.
Yeah, like I said, not a big one, but it could have affected the game later on, so I just thought I'd get on that now. Yep, there's
And
the...
here's Kusta. Now he tapped 2 though, so he can't play Warrior of Light this turn.
Isn't this Rob's turn?
This is still Rob's turn.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He was doing it at the end of his turn then.
Yeah.
Plays
Well,
Titus just to have a
second main, 'cause we
body.
don't have end of turns in this, but yeah.
Warrior of Light's gonna come in again. Yep, the old freebie BB.
Oh, now he's doing the deck count.
Yeah, so that's what I say. That's Alex. What he has to be mindful of his deck out. Maybe that's how Rob gets him here, potentially. We drew a backup. Warrior Light's they're gonna put us to 6, or Titus is gonna have to chump block this.
Which I think Rob can safely do again, but I don't know if Alex got rid of that Mist Dragon or not.
Does Rob have any
If he's-
in hand? I don't think he does.
I think
No,
Rob's Hellbent,
he doesn't have a hand.
Oh.
There's the oh yep. Just says hey, if you were planning to do that with Titus, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Did Alex draw his card off Miss Dragon?
I didn't notice.
I
Chat?
think he did. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure he did.
Cool.
I saw him reach for his deck.
Yeah, again, that's also a good catch.
Block it here.
That's
You go to
important there.
6.
I think that's what he's thinking about.
I love these late game plays where people will just like pick up decks and break zones. Just like, all right, what's in there? Okay, well, what's in there? Okay, what's in there?
What am I going to face in the next few turns? What's going to come up?
Rob needs to pull the top deck of his life. He should have the proper backups for not for Shantoto, for Warrior of Light.
Yeah.
If he can get it, if he's got any left. I don't know.
And I don't think
everything
we've
left.
seen many Kusiths on Rob's side come up, so he might have 2 at least in the deck left. Can't remember if we saw 2 or 1 or 2.
Yep.
Oh, something's happening. Yep, alright. But yeah,
Lock and hope.
that's a huge pile in exile for Rob.
Mhm.
And
What
what's
is
the follow-up? Une!
Une. Oh my goodness. Okay, whatever you do, Alex, don't bounce Shantoto. There you go.
Oh, another Sildra in exile. That's 2 now.
We've seen it before. We saw it on stream with the Florida.
Sildra in
Materia
exile
Cup.
is good right now. You don't want to get more cards out of your deck.
Yeah.
Kusith's interesting.
Yeah.
We saw it at the Florida Materia Cup. Someone broke a Shantoto and their opponent just played the next
And
one.
out with Galoof. Yeah, Alex is like, I'm just going to go for win now.
I mean, I don't know what Rob could pull here to stop this with Toto already on the board. Yep, that's it. He extends, and congratulations, Alex. Way to go, man. Top cut onto this finals. Rob, man, there were moments I really thought he was going to take that one from Alex, especially when he got him to 5 damage, and just Alex was able to pull it back. Hard fought game.
No, that was really good. Rob gave it his all, but yeah, that was an interesting match. Let's take away the crystal, and I'll start getting ready for the next one. But yeah, we are now at Sildra count 9 out of 2 rounds.
It's a lot of Sildras.
It's a good cut. Like, it's on the ban list for a reason.
The watch list, you mean?
Sorry, the watch list. But yeah, looks like your favorite beat Persona 5.
I'm always sad to see Persona 5 lose, but I am very happy to see Alex go onto the top cut. That's right, Ghoul. Let's go.
Uh,
My man, my man.
Ethan and Richie are still in game one,
Ooh.
and they're both on 4 damage each.
Oh my
Ethan's got a
goodness.
very wide board, and Richie's making some plays, so it's getting interesting. But yeah,
If that's the case, then it's probably going to be a pretty long time before we get to the finals.
yeah.
I think probably give everyone that break, get something to drink, recover. Just keep an ear out on this. If you hear our voices, probably that's the time to run back. I'll try and keep you guys informed on rounds, because yeah, if they're on round 1, we got to wait for them to finish before we start the grand final.
Yeah, it'll be a minute.
All right, yeah. So yep, everyone have a break. If you haven't done so, I need you to go to YouTube, look up Rudrose, find this person, and give them a sub.
Thank you, RLS. That's very kind. I'll, of course, return the favor. If it weren't for him, we wouldn't be seeing any of this great Australian action. So please follow, subscribe, like his channel, and all that, because he really works hard to bring you guys some great content.
Guys, for your viewing pleasure, we have moved Ethan and Richie to the feature match on their second game. Ethan is ahead with the first win. If Travis is still having a break, don't worry about it. This is just something for you guys to watch. But I will make these invisible for now. Actually, no, I'll put in the... Oh. It's Ethan. Oh, wow, that reset hard. Ignore all that, guys. I'm fixing it now. Yeah, you might as well join, because... Sorry guys, the display's gone a little bit wonky. Once I got it fixed, we'll get back to it. I do apologize. It looks like our counter and our chat got Thanos. Okay. You guys get to... Come on. So I think it was 09 for the Sildra. Yep, and guys, we're back with just the second semi-finals. We're on game 2. As you guys can see, Crystal up on Ethan's side. He won the first one. Looks like both have had a fairly big start, just setting up their backups. Richie's on his 3 colors setup. Ethan's gone to 3 as well. Oh, can you get Sildra off, brother? Yeah?
Yeah, off of Waka, yeah.
Waka, sorry.
Yeah. Waka allows you to grab any water card or category 10 card.
It looks like Ethan did cast the Sildra, so I'll update the...
very likely.
I'll find out. Yep, I'm going to have to make that bigger. I did not account for double digits. But yeah, didn't see what he grabbed. Oh, grab the Sildra. Yep. Showing it to Richie.
Yeah. Depending on what other backups Ethan plays, he can very, very easily just go up to 5 next turn if he wants to.
Yeah, and I'm assuming Princess Sarah is on Earth, considering the color fixing. Could be
Yeah.
Wind. Yeah, we don't have the deck list with us because this was not going to be feature match, but we thought just give you guys something to watch while we wait for the finals. This is the semis, though. This is the second semis.
Did you ask them to move over? How'd you get them on the screen?
They finished game 1, and I said if you'd like to move over now, please do so, because they're in the between games.
Nice.
Yep. And yeah, we already had a Sildra go off. And we might have a possible second one? Yep.
I'll let you guys take over for a minute. I've got some Chinese food to eat.
No, do what you need to do, man. That's why we're here.
And did you say this was game 2 or game 3?
Game 2. Ethan's ahead.
Excellent.
So he's getting Yagrosh, and is that a...
Yeah, that's Yagrosh.
and a Garnet?
Yes. Yeah.
By the looks of it, yeah.
I can't see the second color on the garnet because it's covering, but that looks like her hair.
Yeah.
But yeah, just both players taking their time to set up a little bit. I guess the first game taking so long, they're being a bit more careful. They're wanting to make sure their resources are set up. And I think all the aggro decks got knocked out, didn't they?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, Richie's deck and I would say Alex's deck, if they wanted to be, can aggro. Obviously not going to, but yeah, technically could. It does look like as well, yeah, Ethan just warped Garnet as well.
Yeah, but Richie there holding on to that Toto for dear life, keeping the Varn up. Yagrosh. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Oh, but the Ashen Bin. Do you know if they're both running Leviathan Lena trick, or is it just pure...
Yeah, no, Ethan is definitely running Leviathan and Lena in the deck lists.
Yeah, I assume Richie's running, as he usually does, the Arc Chaos Shell.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Actually, there's Arc there.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh, he just
discarded it to extra cards in hand.
and just passed turn, didn't play anything.
Yeah. Well, if you've got nothing to
Interesting.
control, a control deck just sits there.
Mm. But
But
he's
I
got
think
Yuffie
that's
in hand as well.
Yuffie and 2 Ammies, is it?
Maybe he's just holding off the UCAmis.
Yeah. You know, skip some turns. You got full backups versus full backups, but you stop your opponent doing anything.
He also has he's got a Chaos Arc in hand too.
Oh, he does.
see.
So he kept one. Okay. So
Another Sildra.
another Sildra, but I think I know what's happening to Richie. He's had positions where he's kept too many arcs or too many chaoses in hand. So I think he's discarded the arc, going, I don't want to be in that position where I have 4 dark cards and cost me the game in top cut, because that's what happened to him in at State Champions for us 2 weeks ago.
That was very funny.
Yeah, but he was good about it, because he said, I put 1 chaos on top of my deck, knowing I have 2 dark... he put an arc on top of his deck,
Yeah.
knowing he has 2 dark cards in hand, and then he drew it and the chaos. What did he have?
No,
No,
so
he had 3 in hand?
he had what was it? He had 2 chaos, 2 arcs in hand, and he can't remember exactly what
He
happened.
put 1 on top of his deck using an EX burst.
He put the last arc on top of his deck with a Seymour EX burst, and he miscalculated. Essentially, he thought chaos was going to cost 3
instead of it costed 5.
Yeah, and then his plan was just to blow up the board from there and completely empty the hand. But yeah, fortunately, he miscalculated on that one.
It was about against Blue Bears, and he assumed a water card was an ice card because of the 2 blue. So he thought he had ice, fire, wind, but instead it was 2 water, so there was no ice, and it was 2 more. So I think he's sort of being a bit more careful with that. And the other thing is, Richie's deck can recur summons from bin very easily,
Yeah.
can't it? So having
Yeah.
one in bin is very safe.
He's not super fast.
Oh,
'cause
we
he's
got
ability.
a mulligan. Artemisian.
Huh? Interesting.
Yeah, I think Ethan. Yeah, Ethan's just playing it slow. I'm on 5 backups. I got myself a mulligan. Got rid of 2 dead cards to the bottom.
He has gone through a lot of cards though.
Yeah, but
So
no, and he.
he's gonna
Echidna?
start shooting backups.
Does he have the Earth? Yeah, he does. That's
Yeah.
Princess Sarah, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
Princess
think
Sarah.
that's his only form of Earth outside of discarding cards.
It's the crystal at the top. Did I miss something?
No, I think.
Oh yes. Why did Jerky not come up on the chat screen for us? Sorry, there's been some delay for the chat one. Yes, the crystals tell you who's ahead on the game. I apologize, Jerky. For some reason on our main screen, your chat didn't come up. We're looking at it through the Twitch layout. I do apologize for that, my friend. Yeah,
There's a huge delay.
yeah. And yeah, just now, Thor's message didn't come up. I'm going to reset the chat, guys, in the layout. I do apologize for that. I do not know why it's... Just do that. Let's see if it... No. Oh, no, there it is.
Yeah, it's coming.
No, Thor, in Jerky's defense, that was our fault. I don't know why their message hasn't popped up on our one. I'm trying to see if there was something wrong with it, but I can't... Oh, that's wrong. What was I doing? Yeah, I don't know why it's... No, it's gone through on everything. So I do apologize. That is on my end. I will take that.
So it looks like Ethan has gone and destroyed the Pinello with the Hecatonchir. Richie has landed the Zidane Lantern damage. It's a good sign for Richie.
Yeah, but the Zidane swing is... Oh, just jamming out the 1-cost Yuffie. I've seen that a few times today. Is it just to have the body out?
I think it's to have the extra body, but also...
It has the unblockable effect, doesn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah. So just evasion wind. That's good to see. It's been since what, Opus 2 or 3 since evasion wind was being done.
It can be blocked by the Echidna, but yeah, like you, I did not expect to see this many 1-cost Euphies appear on stream.
I've seen so many today. Like, wasn't there a game with Chris and Richie where one of them played it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was listening to you guys on the headphones to check if the stream was running just to, do some work while on the field, and all I hear is 1-cost Yuffie on the field, and I just ran to that table to look. I'm like, wait, what?
So
Richie's going for the aggro run then. I have to assume that.
It more or less has, that's going to be a better bet for him, because if he's just kind of sitting there letting Ethan chill, it's not going to work out for him. He also just now, so Garnet was attempting to warp in, and Richie played his Amaterasu to cancel it, so it remains exiled.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty good play from Richie. But is it enough, is the question.
Like I said, Richie's good spot with the board state in terms of the the forwards. But yeah, 2 backups behind, and yeah, if Ethan can keep just outvaluing and keeping resource up.
Ethan could.
But that Zidane's going to shoot resources out of Ethan's hand.
Yeah, I can't imagine Ethan just casually passing like that.
There's a Sarah in hand. I see a Sarah in hand. I think that's Leviathan.
He's definitely got a response of some sort for that Zidane, but also, in general, I mean, even if Zidane is going to attack and take something out of his hand, possibly Ethan can block with the Echidna and draw another card as well, so...
And obviously, Ethan will respond to the Zidane discarding the summon to activate Echidna to stop Richie blocking it.
Yeah.
The big response would be Ami. Blocks with Echidna, Echidna's draw effect triggers, Ami the draw effect, killing the Echidna, Zidane lives. So, Leviathan.
going to bounce it.
Yeah, I guess start of combat
start of
bounces
combat.
it.
That makes sense.
He's gonna lose a card anyway, but he at least gets a damage less.
I don't know, if you're Richie at this point, do you just replay it in main 2, or do you wait till your next turn?
I think he wants to replay it. He wants to sculpt the hand, I assume.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got Elf? The
yeah,
fire.
he just discarded it.
Oh,
And
yep.
Althea.
Althea to untap. Then he can replay the.
Oh, he can do it
Zidane.
he's got it off the Van and
Oh, he had the
Philo as well.
Philo
Yeah.
anyway, but having the extra resource means
Yeah.
you keep one up. And Philo is obviously water wind, so having that up means you still have your water options.
Yeah. Although I do know that in Richie's list that it's pretty much only there for the Grand Summon for the Braska.
Okay.
Otherwise he's not playing any other water. But no, actually that makes sense anyway because he wants to keep the Gija up. So if he wants to break it to search for his Yuffie, he can do so.
Yeah. Oh, there's. Well, he definitely picked Yuffie, right? The sack. That's Animos.
Yeah. So he's doing that in response.
And then he shows him just the one Sarah. Do you want me to draw a card or keep the dead card? Richie
Keep
just
the
says,
dead
okay,
card.
you're good, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's his plan. He uses his resources in response to Zidane. Zidane has no target. He's not in a worse spot than he was before, and he's 1 damage less. And he got rid of at least the forward. I think that's double Sarah in hand. Oh, Ethan. Nope, Kuchulain.
Oh well, I mean that fixes it too, right?
Swing, draw a card, unless there's an Ami. No Ami.
He's not gonna block that.
Yeah. Nope, no EX burst. I thought that was yeah,
Richie's
no, they
only
don't
got
have-
4 EX bursts.
Oh, do you know what they are?
3 Elf and 1. Is it?
Oh,
Mania?
4 exactly, not 4 cards.
Yeah, 4 EX bursts exactly.
Oh.
Yeah. Is it Mania? The one that.
Marlene,
no.
Maria, the Ninja Searcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Ninja Searcher. It's not Marlene. I know. Yeah, I know what you're.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna double check that chat is. Yeah, no, chat's good. I just wanted to make sure we weren't missing anyone. Obviously, you know, the benefit of having myself here is we try and be more interactive with the chat and everyone. Maina. Yep.
Maina.
Thank you, RVI. RVI, always appreciate your help. Yeah, the big thing is we do want to interact with the chat, so I really want that to be working. That is one of my main priorities. So Blue Worm, which is, again, also a good thing for against Zidane. But Richie's now back up to 4 backups, so he's recovered a bit, but took a bit of resources. But Althea as a recovery is not the worst one after losing a backup. And obviously, you know, most broken card in the game.
Richie's just got to be super careful about keeping it up because he does not want to lose it to Hecatonchia.
Yeah. Swings. What's going to be Ethan's response?
Well,
Oh, just takes it and an Atomos. Oh, that would have been good.
shouldn't.
I don't know why he didn't Blue Worm. Is Blue... Yeah, Blue Worm is 6, so it would have traded.
Shouldn't have Zidane's ability triggered to look at the hand and.
I thought they did it, didn't they? I'll go check.
Or maybe they did, but
I'll go check anyway.
yeah, okay. Because from what I was looking at, it looked like they just did the damage, but I could be wrong.
I went to go get some chips, so I didn't see it. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I looked away for a second, so that's why I also kind of missed it. All right.
He Kukulland. He blanked Zidane.
He
with,
blanked,
Kuchulain, sorry.
yeah.
I'm used to saying... I've been having that all day. I'm saying saying them in Irish Gaelic.
Yeah, okay. That's my bad.
that was
guys.
it. No, I apologise to them.
I looked away when that was cast, so
Well, things are moving so fast from our end. We don't have the...
screen's glary.
Unfortunately, there's no way to... Like, putting the light up there just makes everything glary.
Yeah.
Also, I really like that a lot of our players just go full shiny decks.
Yeah.
Like, this game is very, very accessible on all levels.
I'm very slowly fully foiling out my mono water deck.
Leviathan, what's going to be the targets, and does Richie have a...
Well,
because only Mist Dragon would be really good right now.
and Richie definitely doesn't have it, so he's going to bounce the Zidane, definitely. And then he's probably, he's going to pick up a water forward as well.
Is it full? Yeah, it's a 2-cost forward, isn't it?
No,
Is
it's
it a water? Just pure water? Okay.
Any water forward.
So it'd be Ash, wouldn't it? Or Lena?
Lena, he'd definitely do Lena because he's got
So
more
much
than
in
enough
bin.
to
I can't
to
see.
do
Is that
it.
a Lena?
He just put Lena to the top.
He did put Lena to the top. All right, yeah.
So he's most likely going to target that. Yeah, he does have a lot of options though, because he can pick up a Une if it's in there as well.
Une, I know he has a big levy in there as well.
Yeah, but if he's got big levy, then he's gonna want to just get the Lena and have that set up.
Lena is only during your turn?
For the res, yes.
For the res, yes.
Yeah. But
So he may have to think about it. He can't just pass and risk losing it to some effect. Richie's not running any Earth, is he?
no.
No, so there's no worry of Mist Dragon or anything like that then. What would be the biggest one?
The second Varn isn't on board, it's just in Richie's hand. But
He's
because
revealing it, yeah.
It's because he searched it out and it's common knowledge, I guess Richie just doesn't really see a point in, hiding it. He just leaves it on the board, I guess.
It gives you so a lot of these plays you're seeing where people keep the stuff revealed or put it. It's about your opponent is smart enough to count at this level, and hiding it means your opponent's going to go, can I look at your bin? Oh, no Varn in there. You got Varn in hand, where you can just go, it's still here. Don't count my deck. Let's keep playing. It's more they're trusting the opponent at this level to be smart enough to know what the math is and just go, let's speed through it instead of counting every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
I know this might not be the best way to play, but a lot of us just trust each other at this level. A lot of our Aussie community is just very trusting. We're all good people. I've rarely had any issues with anyone on a major level, we don't go full cutthroat as much. But once we go to the higher levels with like Worlds and all that, we're like, we're in a foreign environment where we're wanting to win at a more hardcore level. We'll follow these stringent rules more efficiently. We won't give our opponent the advantage. And again, it's up to the player. If the player wants to give the opponent the advantage, it's their loss, it's their hindrance. So it's more just efficiency of time. But you are not wrong. You are meant to hide it. You are meant to not try. You are meant to make your opponent count your discard 5 times because they might make a mistake and give something up or lose something or miscount. So yes,
Or hope that they forget that it's in hand and
Yes.
just go, they
you got
discarded it.
You got 2 cards in hand. Oh, that must be an Ami and something important.
Yeah.
And, oh wait, no, you only had a Varn and another backup. I should have just gone in.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you discarded that. Whoops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're seeing the Exile. We're just wondering what he's going to grab. But yeah, that's the reason we're playing like that, and you see a lot of the plays like that on our one. Again, not dissing anyone else's style. We're not insulting the rule itself. We're not saying something's right or wrong. This is just the way our players are doing it, and a lot of us and the judges groups just go, they're giving up their own advantage to streamline the game. We'll let them have that choice, and if anything does come up, we're smart enough to work it out, fix it, do what we need to do. It was Levy.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting that he's doing this now.
I think he wants to stop the backups. Put him off color backups. Making him replay a backup. It's basically, he gets an extra turn off Richie.
It's interesting that he's picking the Althea, because if he picks the Varn, Richie does not have any fire. Like, he'll have to pitch the Zidane to replay the fire.
Yeah.
Or hope that he has another fire.
But getting rid of Althea resets the summoning sickness.
Yeah.
So he might be able to deal with it later.
Yeah.
Especially if he can Hecaton. Oh no, he can't Hecaton. Hecaton is Hecaton 3 or more or 4 or more?
It's 3 or more. It can hit Althea.
3 more. You can hit Althea. Okay, yeah. So maybe he's just going, I reset Althea, I've got Hecaton, I've Hecaton at next turn, I've gotten rid of it permanently.
Yeah. Could do that. Very well could do that. I think... He just drew another Varn. So he's got 2 Varn specials ready to go. That's fine.
Is Varn a tap ability for his special?
Yes.
Oh, damn. If that wasn't just double fire.
It's tap and S and that's it. But yeah.
But still, double firing would have been really good.
Can I just replay the Althea here?
Okay, so play the Althea, right? Target the Varn, shoot with Varn,
Yeah.
untap Varn, shoot again.
Yeah. I'm
Would
also
that be the play?
kind of, unless actually Ethan maybe just didn't have the summon in hand. I'm kind of surprised he didn't attack, mostly because he, like, leaving up the blue worm's fine, but attacking with the
He
Echidna?
can't bleed. He can't bleed his hand, especially if they're both valid summons.
That's true.
He can't. He doesn't need to. Yeah, there's no point bleeding your hand for 1 damage at this level. I don't think.
But you are also drawing another card, and I mean, I know it's a bit of a gamble in doing so.
All right.
Playing Yuffie for sure. No,
No chaos. So he would have had to pay.
He paid 7.
He paid 7, yeah, and then he's
Because
going for
of
the
the-
arc.
He's immediately arcing before the chaos target is chosen.
Oh, it's chaos on resolution, is it? Oh, interesting. I didn't
So
realize that.
before that, yeah. So Ethan's way to get out of this, it's very funny.
I would discard something to activate the Echidna right now, right?
No. You pay nothing to animate the blue worm in response, right? Then you make your then you give your blue worm to your opponent. Blue worm dies at the end of the turn, goes back into your break zone. It's hilarious.
So I thought blue one was only if it attacks or blocks it dies, or is it after it's activated?
It's after it's activated.
Okay. But I'm saying no. But in response now to the arc, if he's
Yeah.
going to lose the 2 cards, he can just discard 1 to activate the Echidna, and then he does that play.
Yeah,
Still.
that's true, and that is what he's doing.
Yeah.
You could still do that play as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Just depends.
does it? Yeah. To activate the Echidna, he's going to lose the 2 cards anyway.
So that'll die.
Yeah. And
Arc
then so
will
the other
resolve,
card. Yeah,
the-
he had Une and Leviathan. I would not have discarded those for the Echidna swing.
The 6 CP Leviathan.
Yep, he's
I would have
activating
been,
it.
Yeah. 6 CP Leviathan, I would have been happy to. Now, here's the interesting thing. Does Richie have another arc? No, but he does have an Alexander, so
But yeah,
now he has to give Richie either the Echidna or the...
the Levy.
Yep, and he's giving him the Echidna. Which, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, that's and he's still got what 2-3 cards in hand, Richie. Like, we can't see
yeah.
now, but
yeah. Because he had the Althea bounced, he drew 2, and already had a few cards
I think
in
that's Adamos. I think that's sacrifice a forward Adamos. So yeah, you drop that because if he doesn't
Oh,
have the summon
no.
in hand,
I
he has
think
to
he's
sack the
playing Une.
chaos. It's Une, you think?
I reckon, yeah.
Yeah, bounce the Echidna back to his own hand. Oh no, this is Dull Freeze. I keep forgetting Une's specs.
No, Une is just a forward and a backup, and it's up to 1 and up to 1.
Yeah, frozen, dull and frozen, isn't it, or is it
No.
bounce? It is bounce, is
It's
it?
bounce.
Okay.
Yeah. It's bounce up to 1 forward and up to 1 backup.
Yeah.
And so, honestly, if I'm Ethan,
The Varn.
I'm bouncing the Varn, I'm locking off Richie's fire, and then once that resolves, I'm killing the chaos because Leviathan will then trigger.
Twice. Doing, neg 9.
It'll trigger once if he only chooses a backup.
Well, he's going to choose his own Echidna back to hand, right?
It has to be a forward. If
Oh,
Richie
it has
doesn't-
to be a
It has
forward.
to be a forward specifically.
Okay, so unless he wants to give him back chaos, which might actually not be the worst thing.
No, because then if Richie draws an arc again or a Lulu to recur his arcs and bin, he's just gonna replay chaos, shoot either the Une or the he'll shoot one of them.
What power is chaos? I actually don't.
8,000.
8,000. Oh, okay, sorry. I thought it was like something like 10 or 11.
My God, that would be insane.
Okay, yeah, then he didn't need to. No, you're 100% right. You
Yeah.
bounce the backup, kill the. Yeah, I just thought he needed the 2 to kill it.
Now, does Richie discard a summon? And he has no reason to really block
Yep.
this, so he takes it. It's not looking very good for Richie.
He did play Alexander. Yes, he Alexandered the monster, the blue worm, to steal the Echidna. This is an intense game too. This is only game 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, Richie still has good enough high enough resources, but obviously he's bleeding more with 3 backups versus 5.
Yep.
So even though he has more in hand, he is bleeding a lot more.
Une is
No worries, guys. We try and answer these as we see them.
Une is a rough card.
Yeah. Like I was talking to Travis, I think it should have been an 8k, so at least it has some an Ami opening once
Yep.
for an opponent to interact with it. Oh, here comes Typhon. Father of all monsters. He's asking what summons do you have. I think he is having to make the decision between Levy and Une. It's like which one is going to be the worst threat, but... And with 4 summons in bin, it means that if Ethan does want to replay the Une, he's going to lose half his options for it. So I think it is... Yep, it's Une. Yeah, and again, they're putting it face up. We know, guys, as we said, they're just doing it for simplicity's sake. Because the big thing with the tuck rule with Typhon, you have to ask your opponent, how many cards have you drawn since I did it? You're all doing the math. You're like, oh, I drew this to this to this, or I only drew 2 for the turn, or then I took a damage. And again, it's just math to work something out that they both know and not waste time.
So who plays the Varn?
Well, yeah, he had the Susanoo. He discarded Susanoo for Varn, which is actually pretty... Ooh. Discarding Susanoo for Varn.
Well, Susanoo does how much? 8k or 9k?
8k to field. I know it doesn't kill the Levy or the Une. It's 8k, but exile one dies.
Yeah.
But the problem is it can easily recover him with the Echidna monster. So if he had gotten enough damage and then wipes the field to swing with 2 things... Oh, there's Adamos. Which monsters would... which monsters will... Yeah, he's getting rid of Typhon because Typhon cannot be online. No, Typhon was online.
It was.
Huh.
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah, he's got 3 balloon backups.
Yeah, he's got 3. I guess he just wants to replay another Typhon then.
Kronos KTD in chat. Hey, buddy. Good to see you.
That's Kronos, is it?
Yeah, good friend of mine from the States. Good buddy.
Yeah, and also, again, appreciate all you guys staying up from the other side of the time zone. It's always welcoming to have you guys, and I hope you enjoy the Australian side of the meta and the Australian side of the games. Oh, Zidane in hand. For Richie and Lulu. Richie can come back right now. Because he can, what's it do? Lulu, Alexander for 0, yeah? If I'm remembering that right.
Yes, he absolutely can.
He's doing Zidane first. He wants to see his opponent's hand.
There's a Sarah and
Glare. Sarah and Glare.
And the Une is...
Une's tucked. It's 2 cards under.
2 cards under. So if he rips a card, Ethan draws...
And then
he
swings
rips a
with
card,
Zidane.
He rips a card, Ethan draws again.
And then Zidane hits the Une into damage.
Yeah.
But the problem is, if Ethan has 2 dead cards in hand, does he just go, nah, you're good? And then not attack? Oh, no. Oh, it was a Levy. It was Levy. Big Levy.
Yeah.
Alright, so Ethan now has the draw. Yep. Oh, Noel with haste. Tapping Cuchulainn or Cuchulainn the Zidane.
Draws
a card, but then Zidane... Oh, Zidane loses haste.
Zidane does lose haste, but
Noel
Noel has
so
haste.
he has to choose not to flicker the Noel if he wants to get the Une, which is actually very... Yeah, Richie's hesitating. Yeah, that's not an easy choice.
No.
So he's going in... Because he can kill the Levy with it. It's break of 4 cost or higher, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, what's Richie going to do? Does he want to give him the Une but get rid of the Leviathan? Or does he flicker it, let him get the Une, play it, and then kill the Une with the flicker? I think Richie should flicker, actually. No, he's leaving it. And if he can Echidna, that's correct. He can still get the Une. But I still would have actually flickered. Oh, they're about to...
No, I think Ethan's reminding him.
Yeah, alright, good.
You were quick on that, RLS. I could hear you getting out of your chair.
Well, it's a bit of a walk between here and the place, and we've missed a few of the stuff. And obviously, again, we want to make sure the game is maintained and it's... Oh, Tonberry. I'm loving seeing the monster love for the last few weeks, I have to say.
Sorry?
I love seeing the monster love for the last few weeks.
Yeah.
And Ethan, actually, yeah, I know we haven't seen... Yeah, we actually review, but Ethan is very big a monster player.
He is. Oh, he loves these monsters.
Yeah, I loved seeing all the Fire Goblin 1-cost ones he built.
Yeah. He was also doing a Mono Earth one for a good while as well.
Yeah, and 2 weeks ago, like another player that's very much inspired, loves monsters, and I've shown him a few of Ethan's decks to give the new player ideas. Came in top 8 last for our championship.
Oh.
So yeah, Monsters is representing.
Nice.
The thing that hurt him is he very much built against mono wind, and then there was like barely any in the room. Alright, so it looks like, what was, couldn't see what happened there.
Mono Wind's kind of died down a little bit. I don't know if people are just bored of playing it or...
I think it just cycled out, but now the meta is cycling it back in. It's just at its... Like, all decks go up and down, depending on what's the biggest meta. Like, you know, we went from wall aggro overshadowing mono wind and mono fire. Now we have mono water overshadowing a multicolor wall.
Yeah.
And then we're probably going to see mono wind come back with something to counter the mono water, and it's just going to be that cycle. Right, so he kills Zidane with the Ash. Yeah, Ethan's trying to push for it. He really wants that win. He doesn't want to go to game 3. Especially because they'll be practically going into the finals with barely any rest.
I'll tell you what, though, it'll be an incredibly long final if Ethan does win this.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't even think it's A, B, C, A. I think it's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, Z. Like, there's so... Like, the thing I actually really love about this game is top meta is a good, like, 12 decks. Like, every card game I've ever played has always been these 2 or these 3 or go bust. And I've hated that.
Some games are even just, just play this one
one
deck.
Yeah. Well, Magic was, what's it called? Mono Black for a year and a half.
Jeez.
And I played the counter to it. But that counter lost to everything else. But no one was playing anything else. That Black deck was at a 95% play rate.
Oh, wow.
For those 2 years. So everyone's decision making is, do we beat RLS or do we come second to RLS? And I'm like, I'm going to feed on all of you being metas. Because I just refused to play that deck even though I was a black player.
Yeah. It's reasonable.
But yeah, no, this game is amazing. The fact that there's so much variety, there's so many things. David was telling us yesterday in his interview he had like 12, was it 12 or 17, Travis, if you're able to answer. But he had like 12 or 17 decks lined up to decide for today. Yeah, and him and Chris were just beating through all those decks going which ones match up best with which ones, and in the end he's stuck with mono wind. Well, we're talking about Chris here, of course intense is the right word.
Yeah. He does love to point at people's cards very,
Not giving him Blue Worm. Gave him Ash to... I guess he can replay his own Ash. If he's got another Ash, he just replays it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Looks like Null was flickered. So that Levy's probably going to die. And yeah, that Levy's probably going to die.
In round 2 of the Swiss... During Swiss, my opponent had X-Death out with more than 20, and I just ended up exiling my own Ash because I had another one in hand, and I was just like, cool, pay 1 CP, bang.
Yeah,
See X-Death.
Stuff like Ash for Sawyer, they're most powerful when they die after they do their effects. Like, and that's the biggest point about Althea being the most broken. Althea turns these cards that normally die once they've done their thing and on field into replayability because you can go again. I think Chris actually did that in his video a few months back.
He definitely did.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, Ash is on the field, it's done its job.
Okay, so he's playing Garnet.
Garnet to get something back.
Picking up a summon. Honestly,
I'm guessing a bounce?
Yeah, just pick up a Leviathan.
Bounces Ash back to hand, kill Chaos. Play Ash, kill... Oh, there's nothing to kill with it, but...
Nothing to kill with it.
But it's still Ash back in hand.
Yeah, it's Ash back in hand.
Yeah. And he's opened the field again, so he can go in for a big swing. He's got 3 attackers to 4 damage. So Richie has to activate Echidna or EX Burst.
His EXs won't do anything for him because all of his EXs are searches. And they don't... Like, one's going to search Yuffie, and the other 3 he has to discard the card to search for another 7.
Okay, so unless that card is a summon, Ethan's got it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it comes down to, is that a summon in Richie's hand? And it's only 1 card, so yeah.
What's that card that's The shiny one.
That's what's it
forward,
called?
or-
That's Tomberry.
Oh, it's Tomberry. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and another thing, Ethan has to be able to discard to activate Tonberry. That's actually the other thing. So, whoever has summon in hand wins. Can't see what that is, but
No,
again,
yeah,
EX
only-
bursts.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I see.
Yeah, Tonberry. No, is Tonberry? No, does Tonberry just discard a card?
Discard any card.
No. Okay, so yeah, Ethan might be solid, and even if EX bursts existed, they're all monsters, so he could just leave them unactivated until needed. So yeah, I think Ethan's got this. I cannot
But
see a way out.
knowing Ethan, he's not going to go for it.
You think so?
He might. He might. Because during game 1, I watched.
Yep, he's discarding Lightning
Okay.
to activate Tonberry. No, he should go
He
for it,
should-
I believe.
He should go for it. Yeah, I absolutely agree. There was just a. I was watching the end of their game 1, and he definitely.
Nope, that wasn't a summon, I don't think.
He could definitely go for it a turn earlier.
Yeah.
And he didn't, and I was a bit confused as to why, but.
The pressure, like,
Yeah.
you know it
Oh,
better
yeah.
than anyone else. The pressure in this game
No,
can...
I know.
Yeah, like, as you know, as commentators, yes, we are critical. We do say they should do this, but in the end, they're
Oh,
players
yeah.
who got pressure on them.
Oh, for
They're
sure.
stressed. You make mistakes. We're all human.
And
Yeah, there we go. And what is that card? Oh.
dang.
Yep. Oh, so that's not 7 damage, was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that was 7 damage. Oh, I think, okay, Ethan was just showing him the Sophie going, I can also Sophie after this anyway.
Yeah.
Even if he had the summon to block, I just Sophie and ping you for 1. He was just showing. I was going, wait, did he play Sophie after winning?
Oh, hi.
But there we go, Ethan. It's Ethan versus
Alex.
Alex in the final. Probably maybe 5 minutes. We'll try and give Ethan a bit of a break after that intense game. We'll see you guys on the next one, and hopefully Travis would have consumed all his food. Travis, inhale. Skull.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See you guys soon, and as always, please press all the good buttons if you see them. Help out Rudrose. I normally have his link pre-prepared to keep spamming it. I did not set that up. I do apologize, Travis, for that.
No problem, sir. Happy to be here.
Yep. And Sildra count is 12.
And 15 total if you count or is that did we count the ones in that game?
Yeah, I've been updating both numbers as we go.
Nice.